Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Welcome back, everybody, to another glorious episode of your favorite podcast, a dawn of a new era, making MAGA great again. Welcome, George.
The inauguration again of Donald J. Trump, 45, 47. It's a never-ending cycle of violence, Luigi, and we love to fucking see it.
We're here to cover all of it. The greatest economy in the history of mankind. A colorblind society that we will create, George. Drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill for unity and peace. I want to be known as the peacemaker who drilled, baby, drilled.
So
we're drilling for peace. We're drilling for motherfucking peace.
We're drilling to bring inflation down.
Yes.
To hell with the environment. It's happening.
Fuck it. Who's gonna live forever anyway?
So we had the inauguration.
The historic day, Luigi. I'm sorry to repeat it, but it's so historic, isn't it? I mean, to witness once again, it was indoors, as we mentioned. But we're going to talk about the inauguration, the speech, and we're going to discuss the executive orders. I just wanted to make it clear. We're going to rate them. We're going to rank them. We're going to do it quickly. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be boring, folks. Like his speech, I'm going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it, Luigi. I found it boring. Not enough spicy shit. It was too serious for Donald.
I think he stuck to the script quite a lot. I think his speechwriters are pretty happy with the results. But, I mean, there were some good parts. There were some, dreamy, there is nothing we cannot achieve if we work together. We put a man on the moon. We put all of the information of civilization in the palms of humans.
God saved me to make America great again. How many times do I need to make it great? Too many. Is it gonna be 2? Are they gonna be enough? Who knows?
We're gonna tariff the entire planet and we're gonna prosper from it, George.
Hasn't tariffed Canada or Mexico yet, but they're coming. Promise them very soon. And I want to say for the speech, apart from being a bit lame, sorry, Donny, I wanted to believe. I wanted to. Yeah. But funniest shit I found out, I love when Biden clapped when Trump was being like, it was a shit administration. It was so shit. I love that. And I love Melania's outfit. Looked like a fucking hitman / mob boss.
She came out of a joke, she came out of a Joker movie.
She looked like she was ready to execute the motherfucker, right? I was giving the speech. I loved it. And
I think the hat was there to prevent anyone from trying to kiss her or especially Donald.
I saw Jon Stewart's analysis as well. I agree. You gotta control your borders. If you can't control them, how do you know that your head is under control? Yeah, I love that. But any other comments? I think Elon Musk. I don't think it's obviously Elon Musk. Even though he bought the election, he was not allowed to perform the inauguration speech. That's only for Donald. But he had a speech, I think, at a rally afterwards. What was it? Or beforehand? I think afterwards there was something of a speech session again. He can't stop having the speeches. It's this one true addiction. Yeah.
Where he did an ancient Roman salute.
I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. heart goes out to you.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. An ancient Roman salute, signifies virility and good health. That's what I've read. I'm gonna say
occasionally used by the Nazis a
has
few
been
decades
used
ago.
by, let's say, has been used by people of disrepute. Let's call it like that. Let's call it
Yeah.
that way.
I mean, when the world's richest person goes full Nazi,
And you are going to call it Nazi. I'm gonna call it going back to his South African roots. That's what I'm gonna call it. Back to South Africa, baby.
right after he bought an election in the world's most important country, wrong timeline.
I really don't have a comment. I mean, the world's richest person, fucking Nazi saluting his heart out. He's gone to the level where I can't even imitate it because YouTube is gonna censor me if I start fucking doing the shit he's
Yeah,
doing at
yeah.
this point, which is an incredible achievement. Full
Yeah.
South Africa.
For a long time, we were debating whether the guy's trolling, but I'm
Yeah.
starting to think he's actually feeling it. Like
He's feeling it. He felt
Yeah.
his heart. He felt it, folks. I saw it. He felt it. Should we, Luigi?
Yeah.
Have you said
Let's
enough
do
about
the.
let's do the executive orders? Yeah.
Mhm.
Just a second.
So let's start with this.
Yeah.
The Don has been pretty busy on his first day in office. Obviously, he planned most of this beforehand, but like he went a really rapid fire mode with the executive orders.
A
So
man
let's
of
cover them.
action and few words and many words
Man-
and acts, whatever. We do what we please.
Mostly words, some actions, where it enriches us.
At least for the first day.
Before we jump into all of that, I want to mention one more thing.
Go
We
on.
mentioned it on the last episode. Trump just made a fortune out of thin air. So for anyone that hasn't seen this, he launched a meme coin on Friday, and a couple of days later, his wife Melania launched her own.
I found
Now-
that incredible.
They own the vast majority of the supply of those coins. If they could sell them at market values, they would make tens of billions of dollars. So all of the money he tried to make through Trump hotels, Trump universities, Trump steaks, and every Ponzi scheme on the planet, he made in the span of a weekend out of thin air through a shit coin.
And then
Which
his
to
wife
be
wanted in on the action, which is even more incredible to conceive.
I mean,
No, Donald. I want some money, some pocket money as well. Here's my
Melania
shit
coin.
coin. I have to kiss this orange deep shit. Buy my shit coin.
I mean,
I apologize for the offensive accent.
yeah. Honestly, like at some point you have to applaud the guy
I've
because
always applauded you, Donald. Just wanted
he,
to.
he has managed to erode like social norms and like political norms to the point where you can pull off something like that and nobody even discusses it because it gets swallowed up by the news cycle.
And Elon's
Anyway.
taking advantage of it. Elon knows. He's smart enough. He's taking advantage of it. I'm gonna bury a Nazi salute in the shitstorm and ride the wave of Nazis on Twitter celebrating my shitty ass. I love that. I love about the ultimate dipshit, I think. Surpassing even the great one himself. But let's go through the executive orders.
Let's go to the serious stuff.
So we can judge, whether he's actually surpassing the great one.
Right. So are we rating this?
Yes, rating it.
All right.
Ending birthright citizenship, Luigi. Very unlikely to stand the court, this one. But still, as the motive, the thinking, what do we call it, the sensibilities behind it. How would you rate it? Out of 10. Out of 10.
Are we doing the troll scale or the actual scale?
Up to you.
On the troll scale, I will give this a 100 out of 10. 100%.
100%. Like, no, they illegals, they're pouring like cockroaches and making babies. And I'm not gonna allow them to be US citizens. They illegal babies. Don't be a baby. Don't be an illegal baby. So yeah, 10 out of 10 on the troll scale, 0 out of 10 on anything of actual value. Leaving the World Health Organization. What do you think about this? The World Health done out.
You mean the China-led WHO
Yes.
imposing their vaccines on us? Yeah,
RFK hates that shit.
I'm sure.
I'm not gonna do it because it hurts the throat. And a
and,
cold.
and our ears.
A parasite. But yeah, living the West, I don't think it can even survive, Luigi, the United States living it. It's the majority, the biggest financial backer, as you see over there. Like
by
so done,
by
it's
by a
gone.
lot. Yeah,
So
by a lot.
forget about Tedros. See you, Tedros.
I don't know if this requires an act of Congress. If it does, it's gonna be difficult to pull off, I think, given the slim majority that Donald is working with in the House.
We'll see. I'm not certain it does. We'll see because it's foreign policy. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about
Mhm.
this one, how it checks out. Renaming the
Rating.
Gulf. Renaming the
Oh,
Gulf. Oh,
this one.
rating. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Rating. Living the world. 10 out of 10.
I agree. Let's go.
It's gotta be. Renaming.
Rename. It's the Gulf of America now. The Gulf of America. We are the biggest. We are the strongest. And it just sounds fucking better.
1,000 out of 10. 1,000. I mean, it's the best one, clearly. Obviously, the mark of someone who really values doing something about the shit that matters, that really matters.
69,000 out of 10.
69,000. Revoking electric vehicles, and just for Elon, 1 billion out of 10. This is the best one. This is the best one just because you bought the election, dipshit.
um, actually, I'm not sure on this one because so Trump talked during his inauguration speech a lot about auto workers and allowing people
Yeah,
to buy any kind of cars they want. So I think he's rolling back the environmental thing, which doesn't necessarily suit Elon.
at all. That's why I was making fun. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's already subsidies about gas-powered vehicles, about combustion engine vehicles, and Biden introduced a shitload of subsidies about electric vehicles as well. So I mean, it's a fair playing field at this point. But Trump wants to get rid of the advantage of the incentives for the electric vehicles, which doesn't suit Elon at all. But Elon seems to be backing this shit like a good fucking stooge. He's been backing
Because
it all throughout the speeches, Luigi. When Elon comes up on stage and Trump introduces him, whatever afterwards or beforehand, he's always like, Elon understands that we don't need to push his stupid vehicles. Everybody can buy all sorts of vehicles. I like his shitty vehicles, but not too much. And then Elon's on
yeah,
stage
yeah.
doing the Elon jump and the
And the ancient Roman salute.
the Roman salute, the Roman salute. So
Drill, baby, drill.
rating on this one,
I'm gonna give it an Elon out of 10.
an Elon out of 10.
Yes.
Reclassifying federal employees, making them easier to fire. One of his worst executive orders. I'm not even going to joke about this one.
I mean, I think we have to joke about this one because this is the prelude to like a purge of the public sector, basically. And usually,
Execute Order 2025.
yeah.
One
So
of the
mass government,
Dodge-oriented agendas.
yeah. The Department for Government Efficiency that until yesterday did not exist.
And will not exist in any official capacity.
Yeah.
Apart from the capacity that Trump grants them. So we have to see how it works out. Declaring
Rating.
rating on 0 out of 10. No troll rating. Not bad. Let's skip a few. Saving TikTok, we've talked about this.
We need to save the Chinese Communist Party
Because,
propaganda machine.
because she is the strongest.
Really, it's because I I like TikTok and TikTok loves me. The young people, they love Donald. It's amazing. It's tremendous.
We love
We're
the
doing
tiki-toki.
We're doing
Tiki-toki.
so well on TikTok.
Everywhere, all the young people are like, wow, who is this guy? Let's declare a national border emergency.
Actually,
Issuing
on
pardons, Luigi, for J6 defendants.
because all of them are good people, George.
The MAGA shaman is free again. I mean, this is a good one. This is a billion out of 10 again on the troll scale, 0 out of fucking 10 on the real scale, because that's just encouraging fucking insurrection.
Dude, we're just throwing pardons around. I mean, Biden pardoned his entire family. I'm gonna pardon my most loyal of shamans.
As bad, as bad as what fucking Biden did, 100%. I'm gonna pardon everybody.
Especially my son.
Especially Hunter. He's the best Biden. He's got more Biden than any of us.
Nice. So yeah,
So-
a billion out of 10. He said.
Withdrawing from the
rating.
parties, that's just, the usual expected.
It's like, I mean, El Clásico.
El Clasico, yes. We'll be through them.
I've got some more. So
Give me.
halting diversity and inclusion programs in the military. We
Give
need to
them.
stop radical political theories.
They want to change their genders. One moment, he's holding a bazooka, ready to fire on the commies. Another, somebody snip, and now he's a woman. He can't even hold the bazooka anymore, it's too heavy.
Okay, actually, he mentioned something in his inauguration speech that I found to be worthwhile, and that is designating Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Is that going to allow him to invade the fucking country?
Well, partly, it's gonna allow him to send the choppers over to do whatever he wants against.
And
the
they've
cartels,
already, there's always been cooperation on a very deep level between Mexican authorities. Corrupt and the non-corrupt parts, whatever, with the corrupt and non-corrupt parts of the American authorities. So this is it depends on how high the dial is going to be with Trump.
This gives him carte blanche to do whatever he wants cross-border, but most importantly, so this is something that changed with the Patriot Act after the Twin Towers. The legislation that passed afterwards allows the US Treasury, if it even suspects US dollars being used as part of a foreign terrorist organization, it allows the Treasury to go really hard against those entities. So I'm reading this more as an economic kind of attack against the cartels, which, to be fair, I mean,
You can argue that the cartels are pretty much completely integrated into the Mexican economy. Why could you argue? What's the reason behind it, though? That's the question here.
Honestly, I don't know. I think
I don't know how many tariffs he wants. We need to wait to see. Is it going to be the maximalist tariff interpretation, is what he usually says, or is it going to be something more reasonable? Something like, on critical, on actual industry, something that we would support, essentially. If it was on critical industries that matter, 100% put tariffs on the things you've really thought about that need to be protected. But if it's just going to be 25% on everything, it's going to fucking destroy the fucking economy. So we have to wait.
And guess what? It's going to cause inflation, which
Oh, yeah.
is what we
Which
want
is
to bring
gonna-
down the price of eggs.
It's going to piss a lot of people off.
I can't have my omelette anymore, George.
Yeah.
But and another thing he did is he revoked basically every executive order that Biden signed while he was in office,
Yeah.
most related to diversity and sort of
Yeah, yeah.
inclusion.
We expected
I
that.
mean, some other random ones, like he revoked like AI ethics and AI regulations, sort of executive actions. So you're like, okay, let's unregulate everything.
Oh, and what's the last thing? Sorry, Luigi, I wanted to mention about this. Had a press conference during the signing of the flurry of executive orders, and they asked him about Israel Palestine, the ceasefire, and he was like, "Is the ceasefire gonna hold?" I don't know. Maybe it's not our war, so we'll see what happens with that. I don't expect much. I don't
But he
expect us
wants to be,
going through the first phase. He wants to be known as the peacemaker.
yeah.
Correct.
I mean, he really does. I think
He
first off,
does.
he
Does.
wants that Nobel Prize just to piss off Obama. And second, like he wants, like he's the biggest narcissist that has ever lived. Like he wants to have a great legacy. He wants to be remembered as that guy. That sort
They
of
gave it to the black guy, and he didn't even deserve it. I saved the Middle East for 42 days, approximately. Give me the fucking prize.
I think,
So,
I mean, I heard someone recently make an argument that he can get a couple of Nobel Prizes, one being Israel, Palestine, another one being around Ukraine.
look, Luigi, if he stops the Ukrainian war, actually stops it, it's not going to be a fair deal because, yeah, Russia
Of
invaded.
course.
They're
Yeah.
going to keep some territory
Agreed.
because it's going to be very hard for Ukraine to get back the whole territory because manpower wise, it's going to be incredibly difficult to pull off. Russia is
They're never gonna
tremendously
get
bigger, yeah, than
they're never gonna get back the entire territory. I
it's
mean,
a
they
superpower, folks. It may not be at the level of the United States, but it's one of the three superpowers. It's kind of hard to reclaim all the territory for Ukraine. So it's not going to be a fair deal. But if he if he makes a deal that provides peace at least and relative security, and he solves the ceasefire at least, and it's a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, and he saves the tiki-taki, then yeah, I'll
give
support the
him give
fucker
him
getting a peace
three.
prize.
Give him three Nobel
Give him
Prizes.
all the Nobel prizes. Give him one for fucking chemistry. I don't. But again, as he said, I don't know the guy. It's not my war, so I don't know.
E equals to MC Maga.
MC Maga, indeed. Should we call it a day then?
Yes, it
I
was a
think we've
huge episode.
the
We covered
hugest.
we covered a lot of ground. It was pretty fun. Thank you everybody for listening. George, see you soon.
See you soon, guys. Bye bye.
Sayonara.
Sayon.